Greetings. Our messages are intended to bring you hope, encouragement, and information during these times of Earth's evolving energy. Many who remain unaware of the changes taking place in Earth's energy at this time are experiencing fear and despair. It is a powerful time to be on Earth, a time that has been predicted in the sacred writings of all spiritual paths for eons, but it is also a difficult and frightening time for those who do not know what is happening, as they witness much that has always been a certain way, change or disappear. Earth is lifting out of the low resonating energy of a three-dimensional collective consciousness and into one awake in the realization that all are connected within the one physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual facets of many three-dimensional beliefs are or soon will collapse under the weight of their own nothingness. Much is yet to be revealed. People, plants, animals, and all life forms are in and of the one. It could be no other way, for nothing exists outside of the one. Much remains hidden from mankind's general awareness, including the presence of many other worlds, because third-dimensional knowledge is severely limited by the presence of false beliefs accepted as reality. The opportunity for mankind to leave behind the false and move into an awareness of immortality, individual value, and oneness with God and all life is present now if they choose. Be not afraid, dear ones, as you witness the chaos that seems to be accompanying the ascension process on all levels, personal and global. Everything at this point is a necessary facet of Earth's collective shift beyond the creations of duality and separation that have held it in bondage for eons and which no longer serve. The physical issues that many of you are presently experiencing are for the most part clearings, the releasing of long-held frequencies from old injuries, diseases, and experiences in past lives as well as this one. These clearings often choose the path of least resistance, a weak area of the physical body through which to flow. Allow the process. Clearings are necessary but temporary. You may find yourself experiencing emotional and or mental issues that seem to arise out of nowhere. Allow them to flow through and out without resisting or giving them power by claiming them to be personally yours and then trying to fix them. Acknowledge them, you again, and allow them to move through and out, for they are, never have been, and never could be personally yours. Not all clearings are of negative experiences. Oaths, promises, and vows are also clearing. Something as simple as sincerely promising another in a past life that you will love them forever can serve to bind you to them in some form in each succeeding lifetime. This can be a problem if their evolutionary goals for this lifetime do not include that person. All that is not in alignment with the higher frequencies now flowing to Earth as a part of her dimensional evolution are automatically dissolving, clearing, or being exposed in order to be recognized. This is the process. You may find that you have become increasingly bored, irritated, and even occasionally angry at the three-dimensional nonsense you see taking place around you, because you have shifted out of alignment with much that the world still considers important or newsworthy. Denser energies cannot align with the new and higher frequencies and must be left behind by those actively choosing to spiritually evolve. A great deal of clearing happens during sleep. Many of you may be having vivid and unusual dreams, often involving people you are close to. Some things must be consciously recognized in order to be cleared, and so will manifest physically, emotionally, mentally, or spiritually, often causing a person to believe that they have somehow failed or are doing something wrong when in fact they are doing something right. Those who refuse or are unable to move beyond the old and false will not be able to survive in the higher frequencies. Many are choosing to leave at this time in order to return to a higher vibrating, more evolved Earth at some point. Death is never an accident, but is always a free will choice that is made on the deeper levels of consciousness and not from ordinary human awareness. It may actually represent a soul's choice to experience some event or catastrophe, because there is only one. All energy is an end of that one. In the third dimension, the one perfect energetic vibration expressing itself in and as individuals manifests in as forms of duality and separation, lack, disease, pain, suffering, etc., because the belief in two powers, duality, and separation have been accepted as reality in the consciousness of the majority. This in turn has formed the collective consciousness based in error that has governed Earth for ages. You are creators. Consciousness is the substance of form. Because there is only one, all energy is an end of that one. In the third dimension, the one perfect energetic vibration expressing itself in and as individuals manifests in as forms of duality and separation, lack, disease, pain, suffering, etc., because the belief in two powers, duality, and separation have been accepted as reality in the consciousness of the majority. This in turn has formed the collective consciousness-based in era that has governed Earth for ages. You are creators. Consciousness is the substance of form. Divine consciousness is infinitely complete, but in the human sense of separateness, this wholeness manifests as a law of attraction, energy always seeking to align with like energy in order to be whole and complete. Because the reality of every person is divine consciousness, every person automatically draws to themselves those energies that are in alignment with the energy of their state of consciousness. The majority as of yet does not realize this and considers themselves to be victims when something unwanted enters their experience. The person who becomes ill does not always consciously align with the disease, but her belief in disease separation simply may or may not show up at some point. It often happens that a person who has spent their entire career researching a particular disease or condition finds that very disease occurring in self or someone close. This happens because there is only one. On the three-dimensional level, the energy of one divine consciousness becomes a law of attraction. The energetic frequency of a person's consciousness will always seek to align with same or similar frequencies as it attempts to be what it is, whole. 1. It is a new time, dear ones, a time in which the old ways of thinking and doing will simply no longer work as they once did, for the beliefs that held them in place are dissolving. Many continue working very hard to keep obsolete beliefs in place, but this will become increasingly difficult as more individuals awaken and move into higher states of consciousness. Be patient, for all is proceeding according to plan. All is as it needs to be at this time. Live each now moment from your highest level of awareness, which will allow more to unfold. Living in the past or the future does not allow you to receive what you are ready for or need. Living each now moment makes life simpler and easier. If you find yourself worrying about something in the past or future, bring your awareness to the realization that you are divine consciousness having a human experience, and that harmony, completeness, and wholeness are the reality. Take whatever human footsteps you are guided to take, while at the same time always remembering that the sky will not fall down if you make a mistake. As you spiritually evolve, you find yourself with less and less in common with those around you who have chosen to remain in the old energy. Be true to yourself, trusting that you are right where you are supposed to be, learning what you need to learn even if your life does not seem to fit in with three-dimensional concepts of how you should or need to be. Be what you know you are. Let go and be. We are the Arcturian Group.